Hi there, my name is Mrs. Modster, and I'm going to be your teacher for this new semester. We're starting the 2020-2021 school year, and it's a bit different, but I think we're going to jump into this and make it a great time. So I have a few tips for this class. This is an art class. It is called Intro to Art, and we will be exploring and discovering everything there is to know about the rules and tools of art. So are you that student that says, I'm not an artist, I'm not interested? Well, let's see what we can do with you first. And everybody else that loves art like I do, we'll see what we can do with you too. But just remember, there are rules and tools, and if you can learn to draw, well, you can learn to draw, but if you can learn to read and write and do arithmetic and science and social studies, then you can learn to draw. You can learn to be an artist. So I'm looking forward to this journey with you. So check it out. I have some tips coming up, so stay tuned. So here's tip number 1. Fall in love with the process of learning. Have an open mind and just let any idea come through and blossom. And there is no idea that's an awful idea. And I bet you have more ideas in there that you think that you had. So fall in love with the idea of learning and all the ideas that are going to just come flowing out of your mind and out of your fingertips. So fall in love with the process. That's tip number 1. Here's tip number 2. Don't get discouraged when all those ideas just start swimming around in your head. Just kind of go with it. Use your sketchbook and your notebook to just kind of jot down those ideas as they come to you. And just remember, fly free like the birds. And when it gets a little bit overwhelming, just stop a moment. But just remember to jot down your ideas, because no idea is a bad idea. Again, so jot those ideas down and let those birds just fly around in your head. Just don't let yourself get dizzy. Hi, this is Mrs. Modster again. And I look like this because sometimes I just get so excited my cheeks fill up with joy about the process of you learning to be an artist. Hey, come with me. Some moments you're going to find that your cheeks fill up like this too. Now I've become a blockhead because there's some moments that I just don't feel like doing anything, and I don't feel like keeping up, and I don't feel like following my plan of action to get the work done, and so I need encouragement. So during this process, I hope that we will become for each other, what do you call it, coaches for each other, or accountability partners. So let's try not to stay in that zone of being blockheads, okay? Now, here's another good one. See, sometimes sitting in front of these computers makes you feel like a frog, and that's the froggy look that I'm experiencing right now. It's sometimes tough to just sit there, so sometimes we just have to get up and move around. And sometimes I'm going to need you to say, hey, Mrs. Monster, we need to take a break. It's getting a little heavy here for me. So let's try to stay out of the froggy zone. And when you're feeling a little jumpy, just let me know. Okay? I don't know about you, but I think Mrs. Modster's having a little bit too much fun with this app that she's playing in. But just want to remind you, we're in this together, so let's enjoy it. And I do have a few more tips, so hang with me. Okay? Now, absolutely, when you get to the place that your eyes are starting to bug out, you've spent too much time on the computer and too much time looking at your artwork. So I want you to raise your hand and say, hey, or use your note, where is it called? Where you click your comments and say, hey, I need a break. Because we don't want to get to the place where our eyes start bugging out like this. So remember that. We don't necessarily want to get bug-eyed. Oh yeah, and we don't want to turn into aliens. That's not a good idea. So in this process, we're going to love to learn and learn to love art. But we're going to make sure, we're going to keep each other in check and make sure we don't turn into aliens. So do you think you're about ready to jump into the intro to art, learning all the rules and tools and the elements and principles of art and design? Let's get those hands moving, those minds moving, those hearts moving, those souls moving, and let's go for it one step at a time. We're going to have a great year. It's going to be nice to meet you.